Yep, these are the kinds of towns that I love to do adventures in. Just little streets, old buildings. This is kind of the busiest street in town, but we're gonna wind up at a very cool place. Well, hello there, and welcome to yet another beautiful day for an adventure. Today's adventure brings us to Red Wing, Minnesota. And why would I drive down here on such a beautiful day? For Red Wing shoes? We're not going shoe shopping today. Inside of this Red Wing shoes is the Red Wing Shoe Museum. And so, inside of this museum is something very special. The world's largest boot. And you know, I always like to see world's largest or world's smallest or anything Guinness Book of World Records related. I'm gonna go check out. And so, welcome to another beautiful, wonderful day, another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. Come on with me, you guys. Let's go see what there is to see. I'm not sure what kind of tree this is, but I was standing right next to it. Look at that RV, holy cow. I was standing right next to it during my intro, and the fragrance coming from there is absolutely amazing. It smells so sweet and puts me in the mood for spring and summer. I'm noticing that they have a Red Wing shoe company across the street as well. But over here, this is the actual Red Wing shoe store that the museum is in. And so we're gonna go in there and see what there is to see. So this is where we came in, and this is the normal shoe store part of it. Oh, look at that guy. Do not ride a motorcycle like that. Your chest will be shredded if you wipe out. And so here are some of their shoes and apparel that they have. All sorts of things, hats, different types of boots. Look at that. Very nice. Good for hiking in Wisconsin, USA in 2010. Hats, all sorts of different types of hats. Red Wing Shoes, established 1905. Very cool. They even have slip-ons over here. Here's an interesting display. A couple of Red Wing work boots next to a picture of some well-worn out Red Wing work boots. Look, you can share your story at willyourwings.com. willyourwings.com. This is a 1998 submission, and then if you look on the back, they are Mike Grady's work boots. And you can probably share your story of where they have been on the website as well. And that's a pretty cool idea. These leather hides are $119.99. Leather hides. So if you want to feel the quality and the leather of the work boots, they've got all different colors on display here as well. And this is a leather display horse circa 1900. It's a leather display horse used to hang finished hides as they were moved around the tannery. And this is S.B. Foote. He's the guy that started it all. He moved here to Red Wing in 1857 and started the Foote Sterling Shoe Factory to manufacture shoes, boots, roughhide moccasins, known as shoe packs for general use around the farm. And these are pictures of where that factory was. This is from a picture from 1861. And then here's a picture of this area, the SB Foot Tannery from 1915. And now Red Wing Shoe Company owns all of this and all of these amazing hides. And are you ready to see the largest work boot ever witnessed by the civilized public? The world's largest boot. That's a picture of it. Here are some facts. It's a bewildering 2,300 pounds of sheer gargantuan bulk. At 20 feet long and 16 feet tall, it's a colossal curiosity, fit for a 12-story human giant. Oh my gosh. I like how they have it on a poster reminiscent of the sideshows at carnivals and circuses. And there it is, in all of its glory. The Red Wing Shoes world's largest work boot. Oh my goodness. It shows, look at that. That's the second floor. That's probably 2.5 stories right there. Look at the size of those laces. We're gonna have to get a little closer of a look here. Look at this. Just the sole of the shoe comes almost all the way up to my knee. And then here's the threading next to my hand, just for that. And then let's get a look at these laces. Wow. Just for comparison, that's my hand next to those laces. Oh my gosh. The stitching is incredible. And then from here, it goes all the way up there. That is absolutely amazing, with Red Wing Shoes stamped on the side. This is exactly what I was hoping to see today. And they even have a tag up here. Made in USA, leather upper, 638.5 is the size. UK it would be 638, and Europe 850. Wow. And now we head upstairs to the Shoe Museum. And this is the Wall of Honor. These are all boots that were sent in from workers across America. These ones here are Mike Kreider, a pipe fitter from California. This is Miguel Ruda, project manager from Nutley, New Jersey. And they're all over the place. Kenneth Wendell from Indiana, a lineman. Look at that funny shoe up there. This is really cool. And here is the founder, Charles Beckman, as we look at the cutting room for Red Wing Shoes. And he was a local shoe merchant who saw a need for footwear to better suit farmers and loggers and miners, so he closed up his shop and founded Red Wing Shoe Company in 1905. And then here we are, all the way on top of the boot. Again, look at this string. I can barely get my whole hand around it. Look at that. There's a look inside of the boot. I think it's covered. And then look at it, goes all the way down there to the floor. That is one massive boot. Here are some facts about Red Wing Shoe Company Incorporated. They also own Works, Irish Setter, Red Wing Shoes, of course, Vask, and SB Foot Tanning Company, which we learned a little bit about that guy just a little bit ago. They're in 110 countries, 2,100 employees. They've got 2 footwear factories, 2 leather tanneries, 2 leather tanneries, 8 warehouses, 8 corporate offices. They've got all of this, 300 plus community partners, and 710 plus Red Wing retail units worldwide. You got a lot of stuff going on there, Red Wing Shoes. So we were already looking at that Wall of Honor, and here they have a screen, Wall of Honor, facing that wall. And it's supposed to be able to help you learn about the stories of all those shoes, but no matter what I do, it does not seem to be working today. but I'm sure these boots have a lot of cool stories. The right brands. What started out as just work footwear back in 1905 became workwear since 1965, heritage footwear since 1977, and accessories since 1958. Well, this is interesting. It shows the entire evolution between leather cutouts using metal dye to where it becomes a full, actually put together boot. Look, there's just a cutout with the Red Wing shoe logo. That's the other side. There's the start of the shoe, and then they form it together. And now it's starting to look like a boot. And even more so, but not quite finished. Even more, even more. Look at all these steps that it goes through. Even more and more. Until we get to a finished product. Good job. And here, from head to toe, the Red Wing shoes, the coveralls. This is designed to be cooling fabric up to 122 degrees for those people working in very hot locations, and also it's flame resistant. So even though you're cool, you can't catch on fire either. And then I like these gloves, very stylish. Here's a uniform that will keep you warm and safe even in Minnesota's coldest winters. From hard hat, safety glasses, the gloves, everything you need to work hard. And women's footwear came around in 1927. I love these examples of all these old styles, including the Billy boot right here, complete with a knife. That is amazing. Knife in the pocket, Billy boot for the outdoor boys of America. They're all getting them, that's what it says. Oh, you don't see stuff like that anymore these days. Oh, I'm always a sucker for a good mural, and look at this one. It's got a mural of the entire Red Wing area. The Red Wing Depot right here. And these flowers, which still hang on the street lamps, they do really smell good too. What a cool mural. And so as we take one more look at the world's largest boot, look at that, my gosh. This has been a fun museum to tour through, and now it's time to take a look and see if there's anything else going on down here in Red Wing. What an amazing view of Red Wing, Minnesota. Wow. Just beautiful. It's a screen printing shop over there. There is a restaurant. There's a church steeple right over there on the horizon, just like you would expect in a small town. I love that. And of course, I've mentioned this a couple of times. The beautiful flowers. Speaking of that, a cut above is right here. A wonderful flower shop. And look, home sweet home. This bird sitting on a mailbox. It says, be the reason someone smiles today. And then next to that, it's attached to this pole with all of these little sayings on it, like retail therapy, only in Minnesota, happy wife, happy life, shopping addict. This is perfect. They have a haberdashery. They've got a boutique over there, Forever Adored Boutique. Whimsies, which is probably more stuff like that. And here we go, Red Wing Cafe. Well, let's zoom out. Red Wing Cafe. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think maybe I'll take the lunch. Ah, yes, an amazing cafe. Greeted by pictures from kids, coloring, probably waiting for their food to come in, make these awesome creations. And what a cool little diner this is. Exactly the type of place I was wanting to check out. Here are some of the specials. Gyros with potato and soup, chef salad, spaghetti and meatballs, turkey bacon melt. That sounds good. Grilled cheese with bacon and soup. That sounds all really tasty. I love how above these booths they have old school pictures of the area, Red Wing, Minnesota. Look at that. Dirt roads and everything. And this is a nice touch. They have an American flag at every booth. So here's a look at the menu. Got everything you'd expect. Breakfast burritos, pancakes, biscuit and gravy. All the good stuff. French toast, that's their breakfast. Plus they've got eggs Benedict on this side. This would be a good place to have breakfast. You can get lunch, appetizers, salads, sandwiches. I'm looking forward to maybe some cheese curds. I always like to test the cheese curds at places. And a grilled cheese sandwich. I also have an American flag at my table, complete with these really cool salt and pepper shakers. I like how huge these are. And look at that. First up, a little bit of chicken dumpling soup. And it's all homemade right here at the diner. And so here we go. A little bit of chicken dumpling soup, which I spilled a little bit of. Looks very good. That is hot and perfectly spiced. I was going to put some pepper in it first, but don't even need to. That is delicious. And here's our order of cheese curds. I'm glad that there's not too many of them because I still have a grilled cheese to eat here too. And then finally, here is our grilled cheese sandwich with some fries. That looks homemade and absolutely amazing. And then here we go. Grilled cheese with some ham and bacon. I'll bet this place is absolutely hopping on a Saturday and Sunday morning. And the capacity is 68 people, so get here early. There is where we just had our lunch, which by the way, that soup here is amazing. This is Red Wing, and they have a little plum crazy little boutique here. Let's see what they have. All sorts of fun little knickknacks and paddywhacks. Lake life. Let's just take a quick little look at some of this stuff. Oh, that's really cute. Bless this home. It's good to be home. Be the good. There's the lesson for the day. Be the good. Here's some Michelle Design Works products. Looks like she does some soaps and maybe lotions and things like that. That's very cool. Oh, I love this sunflower thing here. They've got paintings, little rabbits, all sorts of fun stuff. Look at this. Wind chimes.
And then it makes it worse if you try to like...
Little canoe. Oh, I like that picture a lot. Family. Circle of strength founded in faith, joined in love, and kept by God. That's the best. And look at this. They have some Red Wing magnets. Look at that. It's going to be one for me and one for my good buddy Robert. And here just around the corner, Hanisch Bakery and Coffee Shop with nice little Adirondack chairs. I think those are Adirondack chairs, what they call. Ice cream, baked goods, a perfect thing for a sweet tooth after a wonderful diner experience. Let's go check it out. There's where we came in, and look at this. They have a press penny machine to greet you at the door. Jacob the carpetbagger would love that. They've got a place to sit down and eat some ice cream. Here's an ice cream shop. And then in here, the bakery. Looks like fresh breads, brownies. Oh, look at that. Toppings. Self-serve candy. Whoppers. Look at all of these. Mike and Ike's. Oh, chocolate rocks. You can get chocolate rocks. I love this. We just went and saw the world's largest boot, and I think we have just come across the most delicious boot. Look at that. Blueberry pie. I think the shoelaces are licorice. We've got some chocolate chip mint ice cream topped with some donuts, waffle cones. Oh, and it is from Red Wing Shoes. We've got a whole bakery here. Look at all these. Long Johns, you can tell those must be jelly filled. Coconut. Wow. Delicious stuff. And look at these two wonderful employees. Look at that. Oh, that looks like cereal on top. Cookies. Fish cookies. How creative is that? And look at these Cookie Monster. I love these pictures. And even cake. Look at those. And then here's the ice cream shop. We're gonna be getting some of that. And they've got these cool little signs. I love this one. Probably my favorite. Unattended children will be given espresso and a free kitten. They have old Coke signs, coffee, Twinkies, hot dogs, pies, moon pies, sweet donuts. Look at all of those. So fun. And here's our ice cream selection. Peanut butter, cookies and cream, Superman, vanilla bean, cotton candy down there, salted caramel, amaretto, Cookie Monster. I'm not sure what to choose. So we settled on a scoop of Superman and Chocoholic in a waffle cone. That looks delicious. I gotta eat it before it melts. It's hot out here. And here we go. Here's a little taste of Superman. Never had Superman before. Ice cream. Very good. Little bite of Chocoholic. It's got a good crunch to it too. I love it. This was a good decision. Fun way to end an adventure. There's a closer look at that church I was zooming in on earlier. And they've got some cool flower pots over here. And one thing I always like about small towns is they have fun things like this going on. A sculpture walk. Look at this. It looks like some sort of, almost like a water ballet is what it reminds me of. It's called Volarada by Shohini Ghosh. It's bronze. And it can be yours for only $28,000. And I love on the sidewalks, they have fun little benches like these that you can sit on if you need some rest. They've got a consignment shop over here that's really cute. It's called, what is it called? Can I see it? Oh, it's called Tootsie Twos. It's a children's boutique and consignment shop, it looks like. That is really cute. And then there is a taco eatery over there for takeout, Mexican eatery. That looks amazing. But I'm really glad I hit that diner, Red Wing Diner. That was very, very good. And look at this. We got a kid hanging out, reading a book, having some fun in the sun on a beautiful, beautiful day. Well, as you guys know, I always like to end these things on a water feature, and this one is just about perfect. Look at this. Right in front of the Red Wing Shoe Company here. They've got a little courtyard with some flowers. A nice look at downtown Red Wing. Look at that. When I visited Celebration, Florida, they had a neat fountain like this one. And I gave everybody what's called a moment of Zen, where I just shut up for a minute and let you experience the sights and sounds of the fountain and the motorcycles driving by the busy street and the backfires. So here you go, your moment of Zen. There you go, a peaceful, relaxing moment of Zen. Well, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful, relaxing, picturesque afternoon than this right here. And we even get to end on a water feature, which I love. This has been so fun. We got to see the world's largest boot at Red Wing Shoe Museum. We got to get some lunch at Red Wing Diner. We got to go through that boutique shop. I think it was called Plum Crazy. Got some magnets for Robert and I. And then got some ice cream at Hanisch Bakery. Just absolutely wonderful. If you guys like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. Thank you all so much for all of the support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side. And here's another cool sculpture called Rocket by Don Gaber. This one is made out of all sorts of parts like motorcycle, car parts, a knee brace, there's a wrench. All sorts of fun things. I love recycled art. And he's even got a tennis ball in his mouth. That is just perfect. And it can be yours for only $4,800.